In world football, there are many principal duels and all sorts of derbies, but the El Clásico is definitely one of the first and most honorable. The clash between Real Madrid and Barcelona leaves no one indifferent and extends far beyond the pitch. It is a clash of two playing philosophies and a battle of true sporting giants. Of course, the history of the El Clásico is simply brimming with outstanding matches and the presence of a number of great players. Alfredo Di Stefano and Johan Cruyff, Zinedine Zidane and Iniesta, Cristiano Ronaldo and Xavi Hernandez. This list of great football personalities could go on for a long time. But on one of the first places in it will definitely be Lionel Messi. The brilliant Argentine has long been the best player in the annals of the Catalans and a real symbol of the club, and such a high status Leo also has a confrontation with the Madrid. What can we say in the history of the El Clásico? It is Messi who is the first in terms of goals scored. So far he has scored an incredible 26 goals against Madrid. Of course, now Lionel has had many seasons of an illustrious career. And at the El Clásico, he leads the Blaugranas as leader and captain, but his history against Real began as a substitute almost 21 years ago in November 2004. The young Argentine was first included in Barcelona's squad for the game against the Madrid, but spent the entire match as a reserve. When Ronaldinho shocked the crowd at the Santiago Bernabeu in 2005 with a magician performance alongside Samuel Eto'o, the Brazilian's attacking partner was also Messi. Yes, at that moment Leo was in the shadow of his most experienced teammates. But just a year and a half later, in March 2007, the Catalan striker made his first fantasy appearance on the Santiago Bernabeu. Both teams approached the crucial match in somewhat unusual positions. Around before the match, the Catalans missed Sevilla in first place, while Madrid were outside the top 3 in fourth place. Although they wanted to take away the title that the Blaugranas owned. Fans were expecting a face-to-face meeting between the Grans with a great anticipation, and the start of the game eloquently demonstrated that the crowd Camp Nou would witness another football spectacle. A motivated Real Madrid went to the attack and managed to score in the 5th minute. Julian Thuram tried to intercept Higuaín's shot from the left flank, but he failed to get the ball in front of him and actually passed to Ruud van Nistelrooy, who was on the penalty spot. The experienced Dutchman struck a calibrated shot into the bottom corner, scoring another goal in his debut season at the Santiago Bernabeu. However, it didn't take long for the cream to rejoice, as a similar response from Barcelona came just 5 minutes later. During one of the Catalans' attack, there was a small commotion in front of the penalty area, as a result of which Eto'o sent the ball to the right flank, where Messi was all alone. In front of Leo was only Iker Casillas, who failed to prevent the Argentine and sent the ball exactly into the far bottom corner. Surprisingly, after exchanging early strikes, the teams didn't think of calming down the game. In fact, Madrid managed to take the lead right away. Madrid organized an attack, following which Guti breaks into the opponent's penalty area. Oliger hits the foot of Guti. Despite the presence of Raul in the game, the penalty was taken by Van Nistelrooy. The Dutchman sent the ball into the bottom right corner, while Victor Valdés rushed to the opposite side. This development did not suit the Blaugranas at all, so they rushed to get back on track. With the support of the stands, the host went forward, and almost every attack Lionel was one of the central figures. However, the Argentine scored in an untypical style for these times. Deco unleashed a left-footed drive down the left flank. Then he was joined by Ronaldinho, and the Brazilian struck from close range. The Wizard's shot was parried by Casillas, but the ball successfully bounced right to Messi, who again found himself all alone and hit the goal with a powerful shot, leveling the score. For the second time in a row, the Catalans caught the courage and continued to attack. During the next attack of the hosts almost repeated the situation with the first goal. Leo again successfully opened up and received the ball on the right edge of the penalty area, but failed to make a hat-trick, hitting the net from the outside of the goal. An incredibly intense half was coming to an end, but despite the Blaugrana's side, it ended in an unpleasant episode for them. Olgier committed an unnecessary foul on Fernando Gago in the center of the pitch and deservedly saw a yellow card, which was the second for him in the match. Having gained the advantage, Real rushed to snatch victory in the second half and created two great chances. Van Nistelrooy twice came close to scoring, but in both cases Valdés played well. However, after a free kick and a good header by Sergio Ramos, the Barcelona keeper was unable to save his team. The Catalans didn't seem to have the energy to snatch at least a draw. However, Messi pulled off a minor miracle after a pass from deep from Ronaldinho. The Argentine took the ball so well that he left 4 opponents standing. Then, Leo laid Ivan Olguera on the turf and flew into the penalty area, where he hit the goal with a powerful shot. The Camp Nou stands were delighted. With a whole host of stars in the squad, the protagonist of hard-fought match was 19-year-old Lionel. And the amazing thing that this hat-trick was the first of the Argentine's career, and it didn't happen in ordinary match, but in the El Clásico. Since then, Messi has become one of the best players in history and has produced a number of masterpiece matches. However, the first time the entire football world looked at Leo as a true genius was that March evening at Camp Nou.